Hello, okay, Pa. Jangan. Yes, we are right. Pa, is it?
Yes. The mic is on. My Good afternoon from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, wherever you might be getting our voices and signals. You most welcome and welcome to the theater. It is the venue that is currently hosting the 2026 West Coast Region 3rd Division final and the final between Dizayus Football Club and Jamcity, and this is coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium and live on LSTV at the cabin. Parliament Fati, Kemo Kanyi, Lamin Jara and Osman and the team behind camera operations, and of course few minutes into the contest, the score is already 0-0. Dizayus currently dressed in white shirts and white socks, kicking from our right to left from our commentary cabin, while the Jamcity side dressed in yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks, kicking from our left to right. And of course, just as I said, few minutes into the contest, the score is already 0-0. Jamcity, under the guidance of Ibrahim Abba and Abdou Conte, started this contest with Sekunjai in goal, Buba Jiba, Mohamed Jata, Usman Sedi, Mohamed Marong or Mohamed Lamin Marong, Fode David Kabia, Nicolas Jiba, Osman Bojang, Ali Cisse and Mohamed Banora completes the 11, while the Brufut Bay side, Dizayus under the guidance of Haruna Bojang and Lamin Sabali started with Mohamed Lamin Fai in goal and Sumana Dabo, Lamin Manjang, Ibrahima Baji, Modum Bai, Babukar Demba, Ibrahima Kante, Ibrahima Dafe, Ismaila Sonko, Etienne Jata and Ismaila Kamara completes the 11 and Jamcity around the edge, and of course Osman Sedi floats that ball. This time is a magnificent and into the bottom corner, and Jamcity have already taken the lead from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Fantastic drive and fantastic execution. Jamcity lead at the Boxbar Mini Stadium, of course, by a goal to nil. Kemo Kanye. This is, of course, a brilliant start from the Jamcity side. A side that were, of course, in the second division before the team's relegation to the second division. And already the team has already taken the advantage. And they are already on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil against Dizayus.
Yes, very well. For this Jamcity side, we are hungry. You are looking at them in the first half here. Sorry, in the semi-final, you know that it's a very, very hungry team. We have watched them play here, and then you see the surprise. It is not a surprise to see that link up between Ali Cisse and that of Usman Sedi, who has proven himself time and time again as one of the best and most influential players for the Jamcity side. I mean, Usman Sedi again providing an assist for Ali Cisse in this early part of the game here. So it's a great start for the game, into the game for Jamcity. I mean, we are onto the 3rd minute of the game. Already Jamcity have now found themselves ahead into this crucial contest here. Let's see whether they will be able to maintain this particular lead here. But I mean, in the semi-final here as well against Busumbala Dutchland, they did wonders. They scored, and then Busumbala Dutchland responded, and then they come from nowhere, and then Molamin again getting them to the lead here. Here as well, you have seen one of their most influential and then player on the pitch, Usman Sedi, setting up Ali Cisse in the 18-yard area, and then Ali giving Jamcity the lead into the game part.
Ali Cisse, and of course in Jamcity they will call him Pa Ali Cisse. And Pa Ali Cisse broke the deadlock to give the opportunity to Jamcity, who leads by a goal to nil from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And just as I said at the cabin is Pa Lamin Fati, Kemo Kanye and Lamin Jara. Jara, there is already a goal, and of course Jamcity on the driving seat, leading by a Pa Ali Cisse goal to nil.
Yeah, fantastic goal, and what a way to start it. If ever there is a way to settle the nerves of your supporters in your quest to go back to the second division, that's a perfect example. But again, you've got to admire the way he took his chance. I think, Jamcity down the right, of course, I mean, he just put himself in a very good position, open up his body. It was like, taking a tap in from 12 yards as if it was a penalty. But again, it has to be kudos to the one who led the ball for him to tap it to a very good bottom corner and give the goalkeeper absolutely no chance. And we know this, I mean, Jamcity team and what they are all about. When they came here the other time against Bairo, they were 3-0 up at halftime. And they went on to win it 3-1. And they came here against the best team in the division in 2026 in the name of, Busumbala Dodge Lion. And they won it by 2-1. So this is a very good way to start their final again. And the intentions are very clear. Remember, this is a team that relegated some 2 years ago from the second division, and they just want to go back. And that's a perfect example.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Earlier on, Kemo Kanye from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And if there is any better place to be this afternoon, of course, Boxbar Mini Stadium must be. It is Osman Sedi. Osman setting that goal for Ali Cisse. And Osman has been bundled off the ball. And of course, central referee had nothing to it. The central referee is Ansumana Kuli, Mustafa Jassi, Bakari Toure and Modlamin Kejata serves as the 4th assistant referee from the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama, and it is live on LSTV at the cabin. Lamin Fati, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Jara, Osman and the team behind camera operations. And of course, it has been an interesting beginning coming from Dizayus and Jamcity, and Dizayus are reaching the final for the very first time in West Coast region, whilst Jamcity one time played in the second division of the Gambia, and of course hoping to get back to the second tier of Gambian football. Will they be able to now remain to be seen? And if they would love to be there, they have to get the better of Dizayus to have any chance of representing West Coast region in the promotional playoffs. Currently back to the goalkeeper Sekou Njai. Sekou to the team captain Buba Jiba, who scored one of the goals in the semi-final victory over Busumbala Dutch Lions. And now Mohamed Jata. Mohamed played the West Coast region zonal competition for Tujereng United, and he has been a fantastic player. Currently playing in the 3rd division for Jamcity. Mohamed Banora, who is currently leading the line, and Mohamed has already been dispossessed, and now Dizayus will start the play from their own half through Babukar Demba. Babukar in the heart of midfield. The boys dressed in white shirts and white socks. Currently against the boys in yellow and black colors. Osman Sidi operating on the right. Mohamed Banura leading the line, having the support of Mohamed Lamin Marong, who scored 3 goals in the past 4 games for Jamcity. Buba Jiba. He is, of course, one of the experienced players for the side. Currently the team captain for Jamcity. And Buba, Jamcity will rely on the experience and the brilliance of Buba Jiba. Ball being launched forward. These are used to chase. And the team captain, Etienne Jata, who was part of the Brufut zonal team. And the goalkeeper nearly got that wrong. Sekou Njai currently in goal for Jamcity. And of course the starting 11 for Jamcity. Sekou Njai in goal, Buba Jiba, Mohamed Jata, Osman Sedi, Mohamed Lamin Marong, Fode, David Kabia, Nicola Jiba, Osman Bujang, Ali Sise, who scored the only goal, and his goal is still the difference at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Mohamed Banura leads the line, and the team is under the guidance of Ibrahim Abba and Abdul Conte, whilst Haruna Bujang and Lamin Sabali on the technical dugout for Dizayus, who started this contest with Mohamed Lamin Fai in goal and Sumana Dabo, Lamin Manjang, Ibrahim Abaji, Modumbai, Babukar Demba, Ibrahim Kante, Ibrahim Dafe, Ismaila Sonko, Etienne Jata, the team captain, and Ismaila Kamara completes the 11 into the gloves of Sekou Njai. Sekou nearly missed that, but the central defender, Buba Jiba, was just there in time. And Lamin Jara, just look at that clearance coming from the team captain. That was definitely timely.
Yeah, it was timing. It was the right man in the right place at the right time. And the goalkeeper now will just be the most relief man in that field of play, because you feel with his caliber he should have gathered that one with ease, but somehow he spilled it. But there was nobody decked out all in white to arrive to tap it home. So all what was left was the defender to do what he is asked to do all game long.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. We will definitely hand the mic to Kemo Kanyi for some analysis. But currently Dizayus deep in their own half, trying to possess the ball so well. The side currently trailed by a 1-0 against the Jamcity side, and Jamcity have been penalized by central referee Ansumana Koli. It is few minutes into the contest and the score is already nil. The score is currently 1-0, and Jamcity currently lead by a 0-0, courtesy of Pa Ali Sise. And Ali Sise's goal is still the difference. The goalkeeper, Mohamed Lamin Fai, going long into the gloves of the opposite custodian, Sekou Njai. And of course, came on both teams, despite Jamcity having a goal advantage, they will definitely be trying to as cautious as possible in not conceding if they don't score. They will of course try to get another goal, and of course another goal for Jamcity might definitely serve as a killer to Dizayus, who will definitely hope to get this game back to parity before.
Very well, they must try to be attentive rather in the entire game, in trying to, if they want to go home with this particular victory here. Remember, it is going to be a very, very important victory for any side that goes home with the win that they were yearning for before coming into this particular game. And currently, it is Jamcity is currently the team that is currently on the verge of celebrating this particular West Coast Regions Football Association 3rd Division trophy. And then scoring the first goal into the game as early as the second minute of the game is something that they could be praised for, because but they should not leave any other stone unturned here in trying to making sure that they get themselves what they wanted out of this particular game. And I believe they will try to making sure they do everything possible to get themselves that win here. You can see Banora had started today. In the previous 2 that they played in, he was injured. He is their central striker. He is up front there today, and then together with Mulamin Marong, and then you have Ali Sise in the far end, and then you also have Usman Sidi, one of their best players as well, who assisted Ali's goal here. So this is a team that has been doing very well, coming from the quarterfinal, semi-final, and then today they are here already leading Dizayus here by a lone goal 2-0. So let's see what Dizayus will also do about this. But they are also a very, very good side. Since conceding the goal, you can see that they have now improved on their games. You know, some teams they start the game slower than their opponents, and then this is one of the things that we have seen here currently that's been manifested here against in this particular game. They started the game slower than Jamcity, and Jam started the game faster, and then they get themselves a goal here, while Dizayus are now improving more on their game. So let's see what they will have for us as the game proceeds further part.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Earlier on, Lamin Jara. It is now Dizayus on the attack. Down by a goal to nil, courtesy of Pa Ali Cisse of Jamcity, around the edge of the 18, looking for penetration. And of course, the central defenders are alert enough to get that ball off. Pa Ali Cisse will drive forward once again. Currently dressed in yellow and black. Of course, yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks. Jamcity under Ibrahim Abba and Abdou Conte, whilst Haruna Bujang and Lamin Sabali on the technical dugout. Central referee Ansumana Koli has already given that opportunity to Jamcity, and Jamcity now wouldn't be in any hurry as the score is definitely in their favor. Of course, started the playoffs with a victory, Jamcity with a victory, 3-1 victory over Bairo before defeating Nemo United Community 2-1 in the second game, and in the final, of course, the semi-final was another 2-1 victory over Busumbala Dutch Lions, while Dizayus started the campaign, of course, the playoffs with a convincing Hartford 1-0 victory over Tujereng United before defeating Sedis on post-match shootout after the game ending 1-1 in regulation, and the side advanced on post-match shootout to reach the semi-final, and in the semi-final it was against Kunkujang Friends, where they got the better of Kunkujang Friends by a goal to nil. And now the chance for Jamcity to deliver this set piece, and Osman Sedi is the player currently behind the ball. Osman Sedi is the player currently behind the ball. And Osman Sedi is currently behind the ball. Every faithful supporter of Jamcity would love to see Jamcity clinching this trophy. Cross comes in, that's a back heel into the gloves of the shot stopper Mohamed Lamin Fai, currently in goal for Dizayus, but the side trail by a goal to nil against the Jambanjeli based club Jamcity United, who one time played in the second division before the team's relegation in the year 2023, and of course now hoping to reach this time is not going to be the equalizer over the crossbar. Came on, that was of course very close for Dizayus to get their this game back to parity, but unfortunately the player blasted the ball over the crossbar, but already the goalkeeper seems to be down, seems to have had an injury, but anyway, that was a magnificent chance for Dizayus to get this game back to life.
Yes, very well. For the second time coming very close after conceding that one goal from that goal rather from Ali Cisse, and then one of them fall to the team captain who heads the ball over the crossbar, and then this time as well one of their central strikers who also has an opportunity right now. It is of course Modum Bai, but also plays the ball way over the crossbar, and then it currently still remains 1-0 against them, Dizayus. But they have now improved on their game compared to the early part of the game that we have witnessed here. But I believe Jamcity, they need to be very much cautious if they want to go home with the victory here, knowing that they are only leading by a lone goal 2-0. So if they are allowing their opponents to be creating a lot of goal scoring opportunities in their 18-yard area or around their goal post, that wouldn't be a very good thing for them to be continuing doing. Otherwise, they can find themselves to a parity here at Dizayus. So Jamcity, I believe their technical benches are also seeing this, and then they will be able to address what has already gone wrong in relation to those two chances that has just been created by their opponents here. This is one of them. One would say a free header, a very close one from the team captain, and now we have seen Bai coming close again to restoring parity for Dizayus.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kany. Earlier on, Lamin Ajara. The score is currently Jamcity 1, Dizayus 0, and Jamcity wouldn't be in any hurry. Mohamed Jata operating on the right side to Mohamed Lamin Marong. Mohamed Lamin Marong scored 3 goals in the last 4 matches around the center circle. The Jamcity base side will try to start it from their own half. Dressed in yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks. Ali Cisse to the heart of the midfield. Osman Bujang to Buba Jiba, the central defender and team captain. Osman Cisse came baking. Now Mohamed Lamin Marong. Back to the holding midfielder Osman Bujang. Osman Sedi gets that ball to Ali Cisse. Now it's going to be a tussle. Ali laying the ball forward. Mohamed with a decent cross into the gloves of the goalkeeper Mohamed Lamin Fai. And of course it has been an end-to-end contest between both sides. Already Jamcity on the driving seat, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Ali Cisse and Dizayus. Since then, they are trying to get the penetration to have an equalizer. Mohamed Banora. Banora getting it short. Caught out by Dizayus. Ismaila Sonko was part and parcel of the Brufut zonal team, and he has been an integral member of that team. Mohamed Sonko
is a fantastic lad who plays in the heart of midfield for Dizayus, and of course part of the Brufut zonal team. And Ibrahim Abba has been industrious in the technical area, assisted by Abdul Conte, whilst Haruna Bujang and Lamin Sabali on the technical dugout. The side from Jambanjeli currently lead by a goal to nil against the Brufut based side, Dizayus Football Club. And Dizayus, of course, playing in the final for the very first time, whilst Jam City had the chance of playing in the second division before the team's relegation. Babukar Demba to the short stopper, who has been pressurized by Osman Saidi, but the goalkeeper alert enough to get that ball off the area. That was, of course, a massive clearance from the short stopper. In case you're just monitoring situations, you are reminded that this is coming to you live from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and the game is live on LSTV1 at the Cabin Parliament Party. Kemo Kanyi and, of course, Lamin Jara. Lamin will, of course, serve as our point of call here, because Lamin has been part and parcel of the West Coast Region 3rd Division from the very first games to this point of the competition. And Lamin, looking at these two sides, Dizayus and Jam City, probably some other teams might not fancy them to reach this far. How competitive has the West Coast Region, West Coast Region 3rd Division this been as far as this season is concerned?
Yeah, I think this year the bar has been raised, higher, looking at the level of competition, that the West Coast, 3rd Division has produced. And when the draws were made some time ago, nobody would have fancied, like you said, these two teams to go on all the way. Looking at Dizayus, we know they have been very experienced in the league phase. You have to go year before last, they were top. They lost the last 3 games, and they were out of the playoffs altogether. Last year, they were almost second. They were second till the penultimate game, and Kunkujam Friends beat them by a goal to nil. And from then they lost that was the time they lost the playoff position. So this year they are here. They came in because of the new rules. They finished 4th, and they went for a playoff, and somehow they are here now. Probably they feel that it's long overdue that they have to be here. For Jam City, we know in this league, we know in this division, we know in this country, once you are relegated, you lose a lot of your players, a lot of your stars will go elsewhere. And Jam City have come last year. They were very, very close. In fact, they were in the playoff position in the semi-final when their game was over, only for Gambinos to score in borrowed time on top of added time at Sanyang. To take Jam City out of the playoff positions. So you could see how heartbreaking that could be. But apart from a team that has the resilience, the fighting charisma to go all over again, they wouldn't have been here. So that means they have done something very, very extraordinary to be here. And this year, you look at the group where they came from, Group B. That was the group of death. That's where you have the best team in the division, Busumbala Dodge Lion, who did not lose a game in the group. In the league phase. The only defeat they had was against Jam City in the semi-final. That's where you have Gambinos. We know what they are all about. That's where you have the debutants, Bairo. That's where you have all the big teams, the Misiras, you name them. So at the end of the day, they came from a group that was very, very tough. And nobody gave them a chance. But somehow they are here and they're going to the final. They want to go one step, going back to where they came from. And like you just said, I think this year it has just been very, very tough. Looking at the number of games have increased. The possibility of qualifying as champions has increased, because you go up to the 5th team, has a chance to play the semi-finals, and then that has been the case, and that is where Jam City come from, and that's where Dizayus also have come from. And remarkably, both teams finished 4th, and they are here. And remarkably, just like the Champions League group phase, you win the group, you still not become champions. And Busumbala Dodge Lion, you feel, and Kunkujam Friends will be kicking themselves and asking, where are all the points? The teams that have finished 4th are here now vying for the title. So that makes it competitive. And that shows that every position is important and there is no room for any match fixing.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. We will definitely rely on him to get us every statistic as far as this game and, of course, other games of the West Coast Region 3rd Division is concerned. And, of course, back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Jam City 1 and Dizayus nil. Jam City dressed in yellow and black. And already the player has been brought down. And, of course, at a promising position for Jam City. And Kemo, this is, of course, one of the best positions for Jam City to possibly have the chance of doubling their lead here at the Box Bar Mini Stadium.
Yes, promising. Let's see who takes charge of the delivery of this particular free kick here. But I can see David Caviar with the ball there. So is he going to take the responsibility for Jamcity ball? So Usman Sedi is also there, but I'm not sure which of these 2 or 3 players. Ali can also be spotted there. See which of these 3 players here will be taking charge of the free kick here. But it's at a very, very promising position. Let's see. Perhaps Usman or Ali or Fode David Caviar will be taking charge of the responsibility here. So if the set-piece taker is a very, very deadly one, I believe this is going to be another chance for Jamcity to extend their lead into the game.
Thank you very much, Kim Okanyi. Already Usman Sedi is one of those players behind the ball. And alongside who? Fode David Kabia is also not very far. Ali Cisse is also behind the ball. One out of the 3 will take this set piece. Who is going to take this? Is it Kabia? Is it Cisse? Or is it going to be Osman Sedi? Remains to be seen. Osman Sedi is a low drive, struck the wall. That's of course a disappointing one from Osman Sedi. And danger still not averted. Now Jamcity once again. Ali Cisse, who scored the only goal, and he will try to use his pace and scale. And finally, it's a corner as judged by the central referee. And of course, it has been a great turnout at the Box Bar Mini Stadium in the West Coast Region 3rd Division final. And the champion of West Coast Region will represent West Coast in the promotional playoffs. Will either play against the champions of KM or the champions of Banjul or one of the playoff spots in the 2nd division. Now Osman Sedi currently behind the ball, and you could remember this was where delivery, another opportunity. Osman and Ali Cisse looking for the 2nd goal, partly cleared by Dizayus, and finally the central referee has already given that. Ansumana Koli is the referee, ably and reliably assisted by Mustafa Jase, Bakari Toure and Modlamin K. Jata, currently serving as the 4th assistant referee. And of course we were all here, Jara, when Balosar got the better of Sibanur United in a nail-biting 3-3 draw before Balosar advancing on post-match shootout. And of course, Kunkujang friends, of course, lost to Sibanur United here in 2025, which was, of course, last season. And already 2026 will, of course, get us a champion. Either it's going to be Jamcity or Dizayus.
Yeah, I mean, each of the last 2 seasons, the winner of the West Coast Region 3rd Division has earned promotion, I mean, remarkably to the 2nd Division. You remember, Balosar did it. They were the first to go through the playoffs. Until then, I mean, history will tell you there had never been a West Coast team that went through the triangular or the playoffs. But Balosar came in, they broke that course, that will do. And but well, like you said, what a game it was. For me, that has been the best game in the last 2 decades. And that will go down in the history books. And it's going to take something very, very special to beat that, because on 96 minutes Sibanor were leading by 3 goals to 2. On borrowed time that day again, because this place will always provide drama. One ball was swung over at the basket loan end of the ground, and there was a fantastic header for 3-3, and then they went on, although they would go on to lose the playoffs against Young Africans by 2 goals to 1. But somehow they felt they have a case. In football, when you don't win in the field of play, you can always win on the table. And they went on and won it on the table and took Young Africans' position in the 2nd division, and there they are. 24 months later, Sibanor came back, hoping to go one step better. Last year, exactly 371 days today, they were here against Kunkujang friends, and by this time, they were exactly in the position that Dizayus are, because Kunkujang friends took the lead. First half. At halftime, it was 1-0 Kunkujang friends. And again, Sibanor were exactly the position where Dizayus are, like I said. In the first half, they were a goal down. In the first half, they were attacking from the, basket loan end of the ground. So I'm sure Jamcity will not want to hear all that. And that is the reason why Dizayus have to believe. Because, last time we were here, the team that got that considered the goal in the first half went to halftime by a goal down and still came on to win it. So it's like, this is improving, and bit by bit we are going on, and bit by bit you look at it, people are coming in to watch the division. Although the crowd cannot be compared to last year, but again you look at it, looking at the 2 teams and having to travel a fair way out, I think it's a very, very good crowd. So everybody should be proud of this. But again, like I said, this game is far from over. 3 minutes, Jamcity got the lead. But like I said again, they should be very, very cautious about the whole thing. They know this game is not done. Because in recent times, in finals, how many times have we seen it? Games have turned on their heads. And last year when we were here, Kunkujang Friends led, like I said, by a goal to nil. And they ended up losing it. But Jam City will hope and pray that doesn't happen in 2026.
Thank you very much, Lamin Chara. It is, of course, match on and game on from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Dizayus trailed by a goal to nil against Jam City, and Jam City leading courtesy of Pa Ali or Ali Cisse. And Ali scored the only goal to get the advantage to the boys in yellow and black. Now Dizayus on the attack, cross comes in. That was in the best of crosses coming from the team captain, Etienne Jata. Etienne Jata, the team captain for Dizayus, could not connect to any of the advancing players around the edge of the territory. And of course, Sekunjai, the shot stopper, will solely deliver this corner, urging his players to move forward. And Sumana Kohli, central referee, assisted by Mustafa Jassi, Bakari Toure, and Modlamin K. Jata as the fourth assistant referee. And of course, we're also having another reserve referee coming from West Coast Region Football Referees Association. Around the center, Dizayus now. Dizayus will use the opportunity to break. Now the chance for Dizayus once again. Can they find the back of the net? Lamin Manjang, cross comes in and the goalkeeper chases far on the far and allowed that ball to roll out for a goal kick. And Jam City wouldn't be in any hurry. They are currently on the driving seat, leading by a narrow 1-0 against Dizayus Football Club. Interesting and lively from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in 2024. It was, of course, Balosar who won it after defeating Sibanor on post-match shootout after a nail-biting 3-3 draw. And of course, in 2025, Kunkujang Friends return, of course, against Sibanor United. And Sibanor got the better of Kunkujang Friends by 2-1. And here we come in 2026. Dizayus against Jam City, one of the two will be crowned champions of West Coast Region, and currently Jam City on the driving seat. Will they be able to hold on to that? Came on now, that remains the biggest question, but currently they are on the driving seat, leading by a narrow 1-0 advantage against Dizayus.
Yes, they can stay on to the lead, but it is going to be a very, very difficult job to accomplish. And then I believe they understand this very well, knowing that they are playing against also one of the best sides in the league, who have also made their way from the quarterfinals, then coming to the final. So it has not been an easy route for either of the sides here. And then Jam City are currently on the verge of going home with the trophy, but they must do it at the expense of this particular Dizayus side, who are also doing very, very well against them currently here. So let's see, but they can go home, as you have earlier asked, yes, with the trophy that they are yearning for, but against a very, very difficult opponent here, Dizayus. So let's see what Dizayus will be able to, how they are going to respond to this particular goal here. But we have seen them creating enough goal scoring opportunities to get themselves to a parity, but they have failed to do so as of now. So let's see whether they can continue pressurizing their opponents and then eventually getting themselves to a parity, or are we going to see their opponents here, that is Jam City, staying onto this lead here, or even adding their advantage into the game before the final whistle is blown?
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. It is getting more and more interesting from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama, and it is live on LSTV. Etienne Jata, team captain, that is too strong for Etienne, who could not keep that ball in play. And of course, the Bruford Base Club still trailed by a 1-0 against a resolute Jam City side. One time in the second division before the team's relegation in 2023. Now hoping to get back to the second division, but before getting to the second division, they have to come through the West Coast Region third division. The crown champions go through the promotional playoffs, and with a victory here, the team will be a game away from reaching or returning to the second division of Gambian football. Whether to be able to hold on to this advantage remains to be seen. But of course, Dizayus is also working very hard in possibly having the chance of reaching or winning this competition. Dizayus with a set piece. Two-man wall assembled by Jam City. Dizayus dressed in white shirts and white socks, while Jam City in yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks. Is a set piece. And Dizayus floats. Back heel. Player Russell. Central referee not interested. Still Dizayus struggling around the edge of the 18. Will try to unlock the solid defense of Jam City. Can they do that for the second time? The player is currently being surrounded by
a lot of Jamcity United players, and Mohamed Lamin Marong this time around dropping deep for some defensive duty. Kemo Kanye, interestingly, Jamcity trying to play a tactic where whenever the team loses the ball, they all have to rally behind the ball. Whenever they receive, they have to attack all the time. So I think the tactic that they are currently using is definitely great. While Dizayus are also very much resolute defensively and also attacking up front, they have numbers whenever they move the ball forward.
Yes, I believe this is one of the reasons they started Mohamed Banora this time, so that Molamin Maron could drop deep and then trying to move over with the ball and then trying to also connect the forward players like Usman and also Ali Sise in the far end. So I believe this is one of the reasons Banora started this game today, because in the previous two he was not coming, though he is their top scorer in the league, as we have been communicated by their technical benches that he was injured. This was the reason in the previous two he was not starting, but whenever he comes or he's been introduced, we always see Molamin Molamin dropping deep to collect the ball and then trying to connect the flanks player. So let's see what Molamin Maron's presence in the perhaps one would say in the heart of the midfield will benefit this Jamcity side. You can see whenever he's on the ball, he tries to connect Mohamed Banora in the far end. So, but let's see. Jamcity are currently playing a very good tactic here, I believe, and you can also see whenever their opponents are going attacking on them, they try to also go and then play behind the ball. So this is what you do. You don't have to be so comfortable with a win here. Whenever your opponents are on you, you need to make it so you employ your tactics that can prevent them from scoring against you. And then at this time they are doing this very well. So let's see whether they can continue doing this and then eventually go home with this victory here. But Dizayus also having an unfinished job to do, and then they are pushing very hard to get themselves to that reality part.
They are currently working very hard to have the equalizer. Dizayus currently trailed by a goal to nil. Now Dizayus with a set piece, lift the ball forward. Fantastic header coming from Buba Jiba, the team captain. Every player of Jamcity currently behind the ball. Mohamed Lamin Marong will drive forward. He has been a talisman for the team. Mohamed Lamin Marong looking for the support, looking for penetration. And finally, that's a throw in. And of course, Jamcity will use the moment to wind down the clock, as the score is currently in their favor. The gaffers Ibrahim Abba and Abdul Conte are busy on the technical area. Equally, Haruna Bujang and Lamin Sabali giving instructions to their boys. And Dizayus will hope to clinch this trophy. Equally, Jamcity. And the winner will represent West Coast region in the promotional playoffs. Mohamed Jata, fantastic control. This time is a low drive. And Dizayus pick it. Dizayus, Mohamed Banora calling in for a foul, but central referee waved for a play on. Mohamed Banora is still down, seems to be injured, already back on his feet. The two players are currently back on their respective feet. Ismaila Sonko for Dizayus floats that ball forward to Etienne Jata to chase. And the ball is too strong for Etienne. And Etienne has been an integral member, was part of the Bruford zonal team, and now captaining his side of Dizayus Football Club, who had a fantastic season in the West Coast Region 3rd Division. Ali Sise. Ali to Ibrahima Kante. Kante could not keep that ball in play, and Ibrahima industrious on the technical area. Now the Bruford base side will try to unlock the defense, but will start this play from their own half. Courtesy of Babukar Demba. Demba, every player of Jamcity currently behind the ball. The side currently enjoy the slender advantage against Jamcity side, and Etienne has been a magnificent winger. Fantastic winger. The team captain for Dizayus Football Club. In case you're just joining us, you are reminded that this is coming to you live from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. It is the West Coast Region 3rd Division Final, 2026 edition to be precise, between Dizayus Football Club and Jamcity. And Jamcity currently enjoy the advantage, leading by a goal to nil. And Pa Ali Sise getting the only goal so far. Delivery on Jamcity, allowing Sekunjai to gather that ball with ease. Dizayus started with Mohamed Lamin Fai in goal. And Sumana Dabo, Lamin Manjang, Ibrahima Baji, Modumbai, Ibrahima Obabukar Demba, Ibrahima Kante, Ibrahima Dafe, Ismaila Sonko, Etienne Jata, and Ismaila Kamara completes the 11, whilst Jamcity, under the guidance of Ibrahima Bujang or Ibrahima Ba and Abdul Conte, having Sekunjai in goal. Buba Jiba team captain Mohamed Jata, Osman Sedi, Mohamed Lamin Marong, David Ofode, David Kabia, Nicola Jiba, Osman Bujang, Ali Sise, who scored the only goal, and Mohamed Banora completes the 11. And now the Brufut Bay side, Ismaila Kamara gets that ball forward. Currently being surrounded by a group of Jam City players. Another player arriving for Dizayus. Fantastically executed by Jam City. Mohamed Lamin Marong dropping deep. Mohamed Lamin Marong, twist and turns. He joined the club after his trial in Europe. And Mohamed Lamin Marong 10 on his back. Jam City will rely on Fode David Kabia. Now the chance for Mohamed Lamin Marong to drive forward. Lamin Marong spreads that ball on the far end. Currently lead by a goal to nil to Mohamed Banora. It's a header. Trying to test the goalkeeper from that angle, but that force that was too strong for Mohamed Banora to trouble the shot stopper Mohamed Lamin Fai. And of course, we have already played 35 minutes into this first period, and the score is still in Jam City's favor. And of course, Jam City have under 10 minutes of normal time and what is expected to be added on before heading back into the dressing room with their noses in front. Jara, that will only happen if they are able to hold on to this slender advantage.
Yeah, that will only happen if they are able to hold on to their cylinder advantage. And you look at them, they look very comfortable when they are in possession. You know, they take their time, not under pressure. You know, they do not allow to be carried away by the occasion. You know, anytime a player gets the ball, they try to look for an opening, and they, of course, make sure that everybody in the starting 11 or in the every outfield player has an opportunity to touch that ball. And almost they almost pay the price of being very, very overconfident there. But again, Banora, what a stretch it was. You know, that was a good cross, but he was never gonna get out, you know, to that. But sometimes as a striker, sometimes as a forwarder, you are determined to touch the ball at all costs. You know, he stretched in beyond elasticity, and had he connected, that would have been a goal of a lifetime, especially in a very special game, because not every day you play finals. But again, you know, that was good effort from him. At a minute, my mind just went to Van Persie against Spain, you know, with that bully of a header. But again, you look at it, Dizayus, you know, they're not relenting. They're pushing. It's like they want to get their goal. They feel that they have an opportunity, and they feel that even if Jam City were to go and win this, they're not going to walk away with it. They're going to fight to get it from the dead. So let's see what that was again. And still they are pushing, and still they are knocking. And it's about, like you said, if Jam City are to keep a halftime lead, they have to make sure they don't concede.
If they are to get back to the dressing room with their noses in front, they shouldn't concede. Jam City enjoying the advantage. Slender advantage against Dizayus, who are currently putting pressure in search for the breakthrough. Central referee Ansumana Koli initially having a discussion with Mohamed Banora, who is currently leading the line for Jam City. And Jam City currently enjoying the moment. On the left side of the attack, player twisting and turning. For the David Kabia. Now Ali Sise will drive forward, getting the only goal so far. Ali Sise looking for penetration to Mohamed Jata. Mohamed plays that ball short. Osman Sedi now. Sedi Osman trying to get some step overs. Osman Sedi floats that ball forward to Mohamed Lamin Marong. Osman Sedi dribble pass one, looking for penetration, hoping to get the arrival of Mohamed Lamin Marong. Picked up by Ali Sise. Ali will try to unlock the solid defense, and you could hear the claps coming from the background, coming from the supporters of Jam City. And Jam City currently leading it. Now Dizayus. It has been an end-to-end contest from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. What a final. And this game has every ingredient to be called a final between Dizayus and Jam City. But Jam City on the driving seat. And of course, Kemo, we have already played over or close to 40 minutes of the first half. Still Jam City maintaining the advantage. The only goal scored by Ali Sise. And they would love to get back into the dressing room with their advantage if they don't score the second. But of course, they would love to get the second, which might be a killer for Dizayus. Equally, Dizayus will also love to get something. Mohamed Jata looking for penetration around the edge, dropping it down to Osman Sedi. Mohamed Lamin Marong arriving. Mohamed Lamin Marong to the team captain Buba Jiba. Mohamed Lamin Marong to Mohamed Jata. Mohamed Lamin Marong once again. Jam City currently enjoying it around the dividing line.
The side currently lead by a goal to nil, and finally it's a throw in. Kemo, I think Jamcity are doing every moment to wind down the clock. Possibly a second goal might serve as a killer. Equally, Dizayus with a goal here will totally change the dynamics and of course the pressure of this contest.
Yes, are very well up. They can do every other tactic here to run down the timing, understanding that the scores is currently at their favor. And then they are trying everything that is possible here for them to go to the dressing room with this advantage here. And then if they are able to do that, then they will need to have the halftime talk and then manage the rest of the 45 minutes that will be played into the second half. But currently, they are on the verge of going to of celebrating the trophy, but currently, I mean, it is about they have 5 minutes plus, about 5 minutes plus any other additional time here that they will be able to defend this particular lead here and then go to the dressing room and then have the halftime talks to making sure that they come into the second half, but differently with different approach and also different tactic, or knowing that they can defend that this particular goal and then go home with the victory as winners of the West Coast Region Football Association Star Division League. And then with that 45 minutes left, I believe they will be able to manage that, but they must do that and against a very, very difficult Dizayus side here that are also doing extremely very well in this first half here. So let's see where they can maintain the scoreline in the entire 5 minutes that will be played here plus any other additional time, or are we going to see Dizayus also trying to change the narratives of the first half before the final whistle is blown for a break?
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. Approaching halftime. Dizayus still searching and keep searching for an equalizer. Buba Jiba gets it forward for Jamcity, who currently enjoy the slender advantage. Mohamed Banora could not keep it on the far end, and now Dizayus will keep it and start it from their own half through the short stopper Mohamed Lamin Faye. Mohamed Lamin Faye to Babukar Demba. Demba Babukar going long. The player who he was looking for, Ismaila Kamara, slipped in the process, and Kamara could not keep that ball in play, and Jamcity will start it from their own half. Mohamed Jata to Buba Jiba. Buba scored one of the goals. Back to the short stopper. The goalkeeper has been pressurized by the centre forward of the Dizayus Football Club. Clears that ball desperately. Babukar Demba shot. Kabia to Mohamed Banora. Mohamed Banora currently leading the line for Jamcity, and Jamcity will definitely use the moment to wind down the clock, and they would love to get back to the dressing room with their noses in front. Will that be the state of affairs? Now remains to be seen. But already time running out as far as the first half is concerned for Dizayus, who trailed by a goal to nil. And Jara, I think we are now approaching halftime as we have already played over 42 minutes, going to the 43rd minute in the first period. We can say we have under 3 minutes or 2 minutes of normal time, and what is expected to be added on for Jamcity to get back into the dressing room with the 1-0 advantage, only if Dizayus didn't score before the end of the first half.
Yeah, 42 minutes of entertaining football, 42 minutes of end-to-end, and 42 minutes of one beautiful goal, and 42 minutes of watching, I mean, Mohamed Lamin, of course, Mohamed, I mean, how to call it, Lamin Marong or Mohamed Lamin Marong, you know, picking the pieces and trying to make sure he entertains the crowd and entertains himself. He's a fine player without a doubt, and you have to go all the way to the Sanyang Zonal Team 2022. You know, when they won it and then they won it in style all by themselves. And Mohamed Lamin Marong was just, for me, the poster boy of that zonal, season 2022 for Sanyang, and they became champions when they beat Brikama here. After a 2-2 draw on penalty shootout 3-2. So it's like they're enjoying themselves. But again, you know, so long as you're enjoying yourself, so long as it's a final, you got to get the goal that matters. Now they are leading by a goal to nil. That's a slender advantage because they know so long as it's 1-0, Dizayus will have a chance, and they know this game is still not over yet. But like I said, 371 days ago we were here, and half time it was Kunkujang Friends who were leading, and at full time it was Sibanor who became champion. So are we going to see that? I'm not sure. But again, anything is possible in this game of football. You just do not know what happens next.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Earlier on, Kemo Kanye approaching halftime from the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and now Jamcity will chase Mohamed Banora. Fantastic defending from Dizayus, and the central defender was just alert enough to get that ball off. And Kemo approaching halftime, and now Jamcity with a corner, probably one of the final corners of the first period.
Yes, perhaps one of the final corners. But firstly, it was a great play from Usman Sedi, who tried to link the run of Mohamed Banora in the far end, but he was spotted there by the Dizayus defense line, who intelligently cleared the ball away before Banora get himself to the ball there, and then eventually it has resulted to a corner to the Jam City side again, and then Usman will be taking charge of the delivery here. So let's see one of the final corners here as Jam City are seeking to maintain this particular score line here before, or maintain their lead before the final whistle is gone here, is blown for a halftime break. So let's see. Cross has now been delivered here, but straight into the hands of the netminder for the Dizayus, who quickly started the play part.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. It has been a magnificent first half. Great first half between Dizayus and Jam City, and any moment from now, central referee might end the proceedings as far as the first period is concerned. Mohamed Jata dropping it deep. Dizayus will have the chance. This time it's a low drive. That wouldn't count, despite being a scare for Jam City. That will never count. Approaching halftime and the halftime break at the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It is still Jam City 1, Dizayus 0. Ali Cisse with the only goal. That's the end of the first half. And halftime from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Halftime between Dizayus and Jam City. And Dizayus going back into the dressing room, trailing by a goal to nil against Jam City, who led courtesy of Ali Cisse's solo goal. And of course, this is where we're going to have a halt in the commentary. It has been Parlamin Fati, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Jara. Until then, we are off, and do join us in the next 15 for the continuation. DJ Mol Mako. Yara. Hey, ala wala DJ Mol Mako. Hey. Afonye Mol Mako sound off, please. Welcome back to the Box Bar Mini Stadium for the continuation of the live commentary, the second and final half between Dizayus and Jamcity United. And now Dizayus will be playing from our right to left from our commentary cabin, while Jamcity will kick from our right to left. And Jamcity still dressed in their colorful yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks under Ibrahim Abba and Abdul Conte, whilst Haruna Bojang and Lamin Sabali on the technical dugout for Dizayus and the Bruford Base Club, currently trailed by a goal to nil, while Jamcity lead by a goal to nil, courtesy of Ali Cisse, and Ali broke the deadlock in the earliest of moments of the first period. And now his side on the lead. Ali Cisse once again. Ali with the solo goal. Jamcity, would that be a moment? And central referee waved for a play on. And now Dizayus will use the moment to break once more. Could that be a moment? Delivery partly dealt with by Buba Jiba, the team captain. Now to Osman Saidi, who picks possession for Jamcity on the far side. And finally, the central referee will now ask the medical team to the rescue of Ali Cisse, who has been rustled. But central referee earlier on not interested. And Kemo, we believe both sides are definitely going to pick it from where they left it. And this time is going to be a very interesting second half. Dizayus will hope to get an equalizer, while Jamcity will solely try to score another goal to possibly have the chance of putting this game beyond the reach of Dizayus.
Yeah, the mission is to win the third division trophy for the West Coast Region Football Association, and currently Jamcity are the team that is leading by a lone goal to nil. So Dizayus coming from the dressing room. Let's see what their halftime talks will benefit them in trying to getting themselves to a parity. While Jamcity, let's see as well what their halftime talks will also benefit them in trying to make it so they maintain their lead and then eventually move on with this victory back to Jamcity, and then fighting to get themselves to the second division. Remember, they were there before, and then getting themselves relegated now, playing in the third tier, and then their dream is to qualify themselves to the for the second division next season. And currently they are playing in the final, and then this final is one of the games that they can go on to realize their dreams in qualifying themselves to the second division. They must win this first for them to be sure of taking any part in the qualification towards the to the second division rather.
Thank you very much, Kimo Kanyi. It is interesting, and of course the most interesting part is definitely going to be the second half, as both sides will definitely love to get it done here from the Box Bar Mini Stadium in Brikama. And already Osman Saidi seems to have been slapped on the face by the opposite player, and who is currently down injured and currently receiving attention from the medical team. And Lamin Jara, this is going to be the most interesting part of the game. And of course, these are youths hoping to get an equalizer, whilst Jamcity will hope to get the second goal to put the game beyond the reach of these youths. Yeah, 1-0 is always a slender advantage, and it can go either way, like I said. And you know, we know that Jamcity now are in a position, they know what is required. If they don't concede, they're going home as 2026 champions. That is assured. So it's about now Dizayus. Can you push? Can you get the breakthrough? Can you get yourself back on level terms and give it a very good go in the second half? But like I said, you know, in this game, all things are possible, because I mean, some 24 months ago, like I said, at this point,
it was, Kunkujang Friends who were leading by a goal to nil, but somehow, Sibanor went on to win it. So if history is anything to go by, you have to go all the way back to 2023, in fact, on other time, like I said, the team that ended up being the champions was trailing by 3 goals to 2 right at the death. So this place is all about, thrillers. This place is all about dramas and all those things. And that was a good take. But of course, it never troubled the goalkeeper. But again, like I said, if you know this ground, you know this place, you have been watching finals here, this place never disappoints. And with the way this game is being played, so long as it's 1-0, it's wide open. And you will not bet against drama happening right at the death.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. It is just the beginning of the second half between Dizayus and Jamcity in the 2026 West Coast Region 3rd Division final. Asian Jata. Asian tricky with a lot of pace, but currently being surrounded by a group of Jamcity players. And now Dizayus will get it in the heart of the midfield. And Dizayus dressed in white colors, whilst Jamcity in yellow, black and red. And cross comes in. That's a header. The player has already been fouled by HN Jata, and Jamcity will use the moment to wind down the clock. For the David Kabia is the player currently down, and central referee Ansumana Koli has already arrived. Ably and reliably assisted by Mustafa Jase, Bakari Toure and Modlamin K Jata, the 4th assistant referee. It is the final, and the final of the 2026 West Coast Region 3rd Division. Dizayus against Jamcity, and Dizayus in Group A finished 4th, whilst Jamcity in Group B equally finished 4th. Of course, remarkably, both sides that finished 4th are currently playing in the final of the 2026 West Coast Region 3rd Division. And it is the final. One of the two must be crowned champions and champions of West Coast Region in the season of 2026. After earlier on Balozar and Sibanor United, it is now the turn of either Dizayus or Jamcity to be crowned champions. And one thing is for sure, one out of the two will be crowned champions of 2026. Now around the center circle, it's an opportunity for Jamcity. Fantastic defending. And the boys from Jamcity started this contest with Sekunjai in goal, Buba Jiba, Mohamed Jata, Osman Sede, Mohamed Lamin Marong, for the David Kabia, Nicola Jiba, Osman Bojang, Ali Sise, who scored the only goal, and Mohamed Banora leads the line. These are youths having Mohamed Lamin Fai in goal, Ansumana Dabo, Lamin Manjang, Ibrahim Baji, Modu Mbai, Babukar Demba, Ibrahim Kante, Ibrahim Dafe, Ismaila Sonko, HN Jata and Ismaila Kamara completes the 11. And both sides played in the 2026 West Coast Region 3rd Division, where Dizayus got themselves in Group A alongside Kunkujang Friends, who finished on top of the table with 19 points. Isohna finished 2nd with the same number of points. Tujereng United also with 19 points finished 3rd. Dizayus finished 4th with 17. Sedis FC finished 5th with 16 points. G-Star on 6th with 14. Universal 7th with 14. Colgins 8th with 14 points. Sanyang United 14th with, or 9th with 14 points. Farato Nema United, Farato Bojang Kunda United on 10th with 13 points. Dreamlight on 11 with 12 points. Dreamers, of course, relegated, finished at the bottom of the table with 4 points. And in Group B, Bujumbura Dutch Lions on top of the table with 23, already out of the competition after the semi-final defeat in the hands of Jamcity United. Gambinos finished 2nd, but unfortunately for Gambinos, the team has been protested by Nemo United community after winning Nemo United community in the playoffs. Bairo finished 3rd with 20, Jamcity 4th with 18, Nemo United community 5th with 16 points, Fonyi Hero 6th with 12 points, Misira United 7th with 11 points, Team Myanmar 8th position with 11 points, GCAA/BIA on 9th with 10 points, Sifo United finished 10th with 10 points, Marakisa on 11th with 10, and Berewuleng finished on the bottom of the table with 9 points. And already any moment from now, we're going to have double substitution coming from Dizayus Football Club, and Dizayus will definitely rely on every player here to turn this game over its head. But currently, Kemo Kanyi, let's hope and pray that we have a very good second half between Jamcity and Dizayus, as the Bruford-based club is currently working on double substitution, probably hoping to strengthen the side.
Yes, very well. This is what you need. I mean, when you are trailing especially in a game like a final. You need to bring in players that you believe can do the needful for you or can do the changes for you in the game. And then perhaps these are some of the players that the coach feels that they have the potential to bring him those changes in his game. So let's see what their introduction will help his side in trying to making sure that they go on to achieve what they wanted to achieve in this particular game. But currently, I mean, they have been trailed here by a lone goal 2-0 in the West Coast Regions Football Association Third Division final against the Jamcity side. One will see a more experienced Jambanjeli side.
That was a magnificent strike coming from Mohamed Lamin Marong. And now Dizayus will have the chance around the edge of the 18, trying to twist and turn, but being tracked down by Mohamed Jatta, who uses a lot of pace and skill in him. Fantastic defending, and that's a corner instead. You could hear claps across every section of the Boxbar Mini Stadium after that fantastic run from Mohamed Jatta with a fantastic defending. Lamin Jatta, look at seeing that fantastic defending coming from Mohamed Jatta. I think he has been a fan favorite coming from this Jamcity side since his days with the Tujareg zonal team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm telling Yusfa right now. You know, when the center forward from Dizayus got the ball inside his own half, he burst through. But again, you're always going to be outnumbered. 3 against 1, you almost have 0% chance of trying to do something audacious. But again, kudos to the defenders. To me, you know, the defender never allowed him to come in to have an opportunity, I mean, where he can shoot and hit the target. Instead, he drove him away from the goal post to say, okay, let me drive him away from danger and see what he is all about. And in the process, you know, the defender did it very well, and then the center forward had no other option but, of course, to lose possession out there. That was a very good defending.
Fantastic defending, Mohamed Jatta. Already Mohamed Lamin Marong is currently down, receiving attention from the medical team, and the side is constantly receiving instructions from the head coach Ibrahim Abba. And Ibrahim took charge from head coach Musa Ikoli, who is now the head coach of AJ Soccer in the second division. Musa Ikoli has had a fantastic journey with Jamcity, also had some spells with Sanyang United in the West Coast Region third division, before switching to AJ Soccer as the assistant head coach, before giving the responsibility to serve as the gaffer for the team. And he has currently earned a lot of respect and doing a fantastic job for the team. Mohamed Lamin Marong received attention from the medical team. He seems to be okay. He's one of the most important players for Jamcity since his return from trials. And now the chance for Jamcity to get that through goalkeeper Sekou Njai. Sekou Tolan, lanky short stopper, and we of course will rely on the players to do the damage. And whilst Dizayus will always be alert enough to possibly see if they can get a goal here around the center circle. Player has been wrestled, and that's a handball against Jamcity United. Osman Bujang held the ball, but central referee waved for a play on. Now Etienne Jatta lays that ball to the right wing back. Cross comes in over the crossbar. That should have been a better delivery from the right back and 20 Ismaila Kamara. But Kamara's delivery wasn't the best of deliveries as the ball sailed over the crossbar, and Jamcity will use the moment to wind down the clock. Fantastic turnout from the Boxbar Mini Stadium coming from the supporters of Dizayus and Jamcity, and both ends will hope to get the job done here. The winner will of course be confirmed the champions of West Coast Region and will represent West Coast in the triangular or the playoffs, the promotional playoffs. Mohamed Banora struggled in the heart of midfield. Dizayus once again, Babukar Demba to the latest entrant, who tries to keep that ball in play. And finally, the flag of the assistant referee has already gone up against him. Dizayus established in 2021, playing for the very first time in the final, and of course reached their very first semi-final of the West Coast Region when the side defeated Kunkujang Friends by a goal to nil at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And before the Kunkujang Friends game, the side advanced after the post-match shootout victory over Sedis. And before the Sedis game, it was a hard-fought 1-0 victory over Tujereng United. Mohamed Banora, Mohamed Lamin Marong, that's a header, and flag has already gone up. And of course, Kemo, this is a moment when Jamcity and Dizayus are trying to be as cautious as possible, but currently Dizayus will love to get a goal here because they are very much aware that without a goal, they will definitely hand everything that is to be given in this final to Jamcity. And once again, that's going to be the third substitution for Dizayus.
Yes, for them, they understand that they must score at least a goal into this particular contest before getting themselves any meaningful result at the end of the as the final whistle is blown. So for Jamcity side, they can stay onto this if they are able to do that, and then eventually they will be going home with this victory here, and then be crowned champions of this year's West Coast Region Football Association Third Division. Champions. So with that as well, they will also be participating in the playoffs to the second division. So again, after winning this, they will have another challenge ahead that they will need to accomplish for them to realize getting themselves back to the second division proper. So let's see, for Dizayus, they are having a very, very difficult job, or a more difficult job to do in this particular game here than the Jamcity side that can stay onto this lead and trying to run down the timing of the game, and then in as much as every other tactic that they have that is available to them, they can use that to run down the time in the game, and then while they doing that, that they continue to frustrate their opponents in the game. So let's see what happens here before the final whistle will be blown here. But nonetheless, it is already 1-0 to Jamcity here in this second minute. The goal that comes from Ali Sisi after he's been assisted there by one of their best players in the game, and that is of course Usman Sidi.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanyi. It is the second and final half. Dizayus nil, Jamcity 1. And Dizayus under Haruna Bujang and Lamin Sabali. Ibrahim Abba and Abdul Konate on the technical dugout. The Brufut base side. Dizayus started in goal with Mohamed Lamin Fai and Sumana Dabo, Lamin Manjang, Ibrahim Abaji, Modu Mbai, Babukar Demba, Ibrahim Kante, Ibrahim Dafe, Ismaila Sonko, Etienne Jata, the team captain, and Ismaila Kamara. Whilst Jamcity United having Sekunjai in goal, Buba Jiba, Mohamed Jata, Osman Sedi, Mohamed Lamin Marong, Fode David Kabia, Nicola Jiba, Osman Bujang, Ali Sise, who scored the only goal, and Mohamed Banora completes the 11 for Jamcity. And Jamcity currently enjoying the moment from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And now the chance for Dizayus. Could this be a moment for Dizayus to get the breakthrough around the edge? Massive clearance. Ali Sise. Ali scored the only goal, and he is going to drive forward. Ali will slowly drive forward, waiting for the arrival of Nicola Jiba. Jamcity currently enjoying it in their half, and will now switch the play to David Kabia. Now Ali Sise will drive forward, trying to use his space. Now to Mohamed Banora, caught out by Dizayus fantastically. Etienne Jata with a fantastic back heel. These two sides are working very hard to possibly see if they can get something, and Ismaila Sonko has been bundled off the ball very close to the center referee Ansumana Koli, who wasted no time by handing opportunity to the Bruford base side. Dressed in white colors against the Jamcity side, dressed in yellow shorts, black shorts and red socks. Mohamed Lamin Marong and Mohamed Banora are the current players leading the line for Jamcity, whilst Dizayus will rely on Ibrahim Abaji. Back to the short stopper Ansumana or Mohamed Lamin Fai. Fai going long to the latest entrant. Fantastic control. Mohamed Jata arriving just in time. And he has been a workaholic in the right side of the defense. And Dizayus will use the moment. Cross comes in. Could this be a moment? What a save! That is, of course, a fantastic defending coming from Fode David Kabia. And, of course, Lamin Jara, I think he should receive a very big tap on his shoulder. That would have been 1-1.
Yeah, that's a title winning save for me. You know, he body on the line. He gave it all. He just threw himself. That was net bound. The goalkeeper, absolutely no chance. But again, fantastic football from Dizayus. Having the, thinking that ingenuity to escape from the defender, just to lay the ball for somebody to tap in, that was top notch. But the manner in which the defender threw himself just to block the ball, anything, anywhere, all he needed was the ball to touch any part of his body just to save his team. For me, if that was a Jambanjeli save altogether.
Fantastic defending from Fode David Kabia. Fode David Kabia, the left back, arrived just in time to block that ball decently. That was a huge responsibility and opportunity for Dizayus. Now Mohamed Lamin Barong turns and controls beautifully to Osman Saidi. Cross comes in, and Dizayus will use the moment to defend their line. And Dizayus still trailed by a goal to nil, hoping to get this game back to life with an equalizer. But if they're able to do that against Jamcity, Mohamed Lamin Fai. And Dizayus, that wouldn't count. And HN is one of the offensive players. And for the David Kabia to Ali Cisse. Ali, the only goal scorer in this contest. And it has been a magnificent game. Magnificent contest from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Dizayus and Jamcity both finished fourth in their respective groups. In Group A, Dizayus finished fourth with 17 points, while Jamcity finished fourth in Group B with 18 points. And now both sides were able to maneuver their way to the final after impressive playoffs. Mohamed Jatta narrowly lost that. Now Dizayus once again in their half, and the boys in white will use the moment to drive forward. That seems to be a push, but central referee has already waved for a play on Ismaila Kamara, receiving the ball around the edge. Cross comes in, fantastic defending once again from Jamcity. Ali Cisse. Ali Cisse will drive forward once again. Could that be a moment? The ball is still in play. Ali Cisse floats the ball forward, trying to reconnect the run of Mohamed Lamin Maro. And he has been a fantastic game altogether, from the very first whistle of the game to this part of the second period. Jamcity hoping to hold on if they can't get the second goal, whilst Dizayus will hope to get an equalizer, or else they will surrender everything to Jamcity. Fantastic back heel around the center circle. Fantastic football coming from Dizayus. Now Mohamed Sonko getting the ball forward to Ismaila Kamara. Ismaila has been rustled, and now HN cross comes in into the gloves of the goalkeeper Sekunjai. Fantastic, and you could hear claps coming from the supporters of Jamcity.
Good football, good move. You look at Dizayus now; they're becoming more adventurous. They're getting bolder. They're getting, they're moving the ball quickly, and now they're trying to create openings at every angle. You look at it where they build the football, and of course where it ended. Their fans are loving what they are seeing, despite they are a goal down. But again, I think in the last 5 minutes, it's like they have just stamped their foot on that pedal to say that we are going to give this a more gear, because it cannot be 1-0 like that without us giving a fight, and exactly that's what's happening. So far so good. It's a good final, and we are loving this now. It's end-to-end stuff.
Thank you very much, Lamin Jara. Entertaining and lively already from the Box Bar Mini Stadium. It is the final, and the West Coast Region 3rd Division final between Dizayus and Jamcity. Jamcity is still leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Ali Cisse's first half strike. And Ali Cisse broke the deadlock to give the advantage to the Jamcity side, who once played in the 2nd division of the country's football in the male category. And that's a throw-in. Mohamed Lamin Marong seems to have protested against the decision of the assistant referee Bakari Toure, but Bakari stood his ground to solely get that. And now the chance for Dizayus. And you could hear claps coming from the background. And Kemo, we believe those are the supporters of Jamcity in appreciation of the two players that are being lined up for substitution.
Yes, Matar Job is one of their best players as well. He can do the needful for them. He can do for the fancy, and then he can also, as I've already mentioned, do the needful for this team here. And then this is a player who can dribble past a couple of players and then make his way inside the 18-yard area. Very, very cunning player and also very skillful. And also he's also very pacey, good on the ball. And then his driving on the ball is also very, very good. So let's see what his substitution will add here. But I know it is going to be a great substitution for Jamcity, Matar Job, whenever he is introduced, whenever he is given the chance to take part in the game. Obviously, he can do the needful for his side, and I believe they will be able to rely on his pace and also on his skills, and then to be able to realize what they wanted after this game. Of course, to celebrate the trophy here. So if Matar is introduced here, I believe he will be a very, very dangerous threat to the Dizayus side. So let's see if they are aware of his threat here, Pa.
Thank you very much, Kimo Kanye. Two players line up for introduction. Jamcity has already lined up two substitutions, but we believe they have to wait for the delivery from Dizayus Football Club. The boys in white collars, Ismaila Sonko is currently behind the ball. Ismaila Sonko is one of those players, three-man wall assembled by Jamcity, and two players line up for substitution. Ismaila Sonko leaving the ball for the advancing player, calling for a handball, but central referee had nothing to it. Mohamed Jata Mohamed from the right side of the defense to the left side of the defense, and he has been one of the most enterprising players and the newly introduced player for Dizayus, spreading the ball on the far end, and Dizayus will still have to hold on for the Jamcity side to introduce two fresh legs, entertaining and lively across every section of the Box Bar Mini Stadium. Dizayus getting more and more hungrier, and now the chance. Etienne Jata has been bundled off. Cross comes in, it's a low drive into the gloves of the shortstopper. Claps coming from the faithfuls of Jamcity, but Jamcity needs to buckle up. They need to buckle up. Dizayus seems to be the most impressive side since the commencement of the second period. Etienne once more. Etienne gets that ball forward to Ismaila Sonko. Cross comes in. And Ismaila with a fantastic delivery. And now Usman Sedi allowing that ball to roll out for a throw in on the far side. Double substitution. Jamcity will introduce two fresh legs and will get rid of two tired legs. Who is definitely going to win this contest remains to be seen. But one thing is for sure, it's either going to be Jamcity or Dizayus, but already Jamcity on the driving seat. And Ali Cisse, is that Ali Cisse? Not Ali Cisse. Mohamed Banora is one of those players coming off. Mohamed Banora is one of the players coming off. Matar Job is one of those players injected. And Matar Job has been introduced already. And Mamadou Mbalo has also been introduced. And Osman Sedi has been taken off. Osman Sedi off and Mamadou Mbalo introduced. And of course, Kemo, this is a sign of course, getting both sides hoping to get a victory here. Earlier on, we have seen a triple substitution coming from Dizayus, and already Jamcity have already introduced two fresh legs in search of the second goal.
Yes, very well. And now Jamcity are going to go for Molamin Marong as the central striker. Then you have Matar Job in the far end, and Mamadou Ndao will also be leading. Mamadou Mbalo rather will also be leading the line. These are going to be three players that will be leading the line for Jamcity this time. Then you can see Ali is now being moved to take charge of the organizing midfield role here, the position that Molamin Marong was playing, and now Ali will be playing as the supporting midfielder while Molamin Marong leads the line, and then Balo and of course Job will be playing in the two flanks in trying to make it so they keep moving forward and then getting themselves more goal into this particular game. But it is still very much alive for both sides. Jamcity are currently on the verge of making their way to to be announced or to be crowned champions of the WCR of the West Coast Region rather Football Association's third division, and then their opponents solely coming all the way to the final is a respectable performance to them if the game had to end like this. But as of now, it is Jamcity that are currently leading here and on the verge of being crowned champions. But the game is still very much alive for both sides as we continue to see Dizayus creating goal scoring opportunities here against the Jamcity side here. It's a great game between the two. Both sides are very good side, and then they have been very impressive in the entire game that we have watched them play here. But in the first, one will see it was a well-balanced game, and then but coming into the second half, so in the past 5 minutes, we have seen Dizayus trying to mount a lot of pressure on their opponents here. That's Jamcity side, but nonetheless, Jamcity they are currently playing in order to prevent this particular lead here, and then they can do this, and then they have been doing this since the start of the game or since they have scored the goal, and then up to now this is the job that they are currently moving on.
73 minutes on the clock. Jamcity 1, Dizayus 0. Box Bar Mini Stadium is the venue. West Coast Region 3rd Division final. Of course, it's the clasp at the Box Bar Mini Stadium, and one of those introduced players for Jamcity United cross comes in. Fantastic header from Ismaila Kamara, who operates on the right of the defense for Dizayus. Now Dizayus around the center circle. Ismaila Sonko spreading it wide to Etienne Jata. And more players arriving for substitution. Now Dizayus once again. Could this be a moment? The player currently being surrounded by a group of players into the gloves of the shortstopper is Sekunjai. And you could hear claps coming from every section of the Bexbar Mini Stadium. And Dizayus still piling pressure inside for the equalizer, whilst Jamcity hoping to get the second, or else they will definitely hope to hold on to this slender advantage. Two players line up, more and more players arriving. Dizayus hoping to equal the score before the end of it.
Yes, Pa, that is the intention for them as of now. They understand that they must score at least a goal in the game and then continue to prevent Jamcity from scoring any further goal in the game if they want to get themselves any meaningful result at the end of this particular encounter. But let's see what these two double substitution here will also play for them. As of now, they must go, they must attack for them to get themselves any result here, and then they understand this. But in as much as they want to attack and get themselves a goal, they must also try to be very much cautious behind in trying to making sure that they did not leave rather any loophole for the Jamcity side to capitalize, in which they will capitalize on to get themselves another goal into the game here. But as of now, it remains in favor of Jamcity as the game proceeds here. Currently, we have already played past half an hour into the second half, and then it remains that 1-0 lead here to Jamcity, rather a goal that came in the second minute through Pa Ali Sisse after a beautiful assist from Usman Sidi in the game. That would have been a great error there, and then the substitute for the Dizayus side. You can see they are now trying to make it so that they play wholeheartedly and then trying to put so much energy in the game so that they can maintain their stance and maintain their strength in the game eventually and then go all the way to score at least a goal here before any other thing is done in the game. But Jamcity continues to deny them from scoring. You can see whenever they are making their decision and whenever they are taking the loose balls, they try to make sure that they did not take any decision hastily, but instead they will try to make it so whatever decision they will be making here, they must play a tactical mindset to run down the time. And then this is also part of football when you are leading and understands that that particular goal can give you a result that you want. Why not trying to employ such kind of tactics here? And Jamcity are doing this very well. So let's see what happens here. It is another one here coming from Ali, but this time it flies over the crossbar.
Thank you very much, Kemokani. It is getting more and more interesting in the final moments of this contest. And of course, we will definitely have a close eye on the Brikama elective congress as Demba Sonko became the latest president of Brikama Sports Committee. First Vice President Jere
Mane, second Vice President Mod Lamin Nyasi, and of course the Secretary General Landing Sane, Hamadi Janko, the Assistant Secretary General Sanjali Choi won the Treasury, and of course the elective Congress is still on. It's still on, and we will definitely keep you updated as results unfold. And now the chance at the Boxbar Mini Stadium for both Dizayus and Jamcity. But currently Jamcity on the driving seat. And of course we have already played. We'll definitely get you the minutes shortly. Before handing the mic to Lamin Jara for some reactions. But already it has been a magnificent game, lively and entertaining from the Boxbar Mini Stadium. And you are reminded that this game is coming to you live on LSTV1 equally on both Facebook and YouTube. At the commentary cabin, Paul Lamin Fati, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Jara, Osman and the team behind camera operations. And special thanks to all those currently monitoring it live on LSTV1. Of course, without you people, we wouldn't be here. And of course, these are youths, nil. Jamcity 1, and we have already played 75 minutes into the contest, under 15 minutes of normal time, and what is expected to be added on Lamin Jara before Jamcity, if they are able to hold on, be crowned champions of West Coast Region football for in the season of 2026.
Yeah, this is where it's very tense to be a supporter of Jamcity. This is where it's very difficult to be a supporter of Dizayus, and this is where the neutrals love it. That's how it is here. You know, with less than 15 minutes of normal time remaining, you know, with 11 minutes of normal time remaining plus whatever is going to be added on, and this is still hanging on the balance because one goal, you know, it was scored early. We know sometimes you see these things in the World Cup. Just some couple of days ago, Morocco scored in the second minute of the game against Scotland in that all-important game, and they kept it. I mean, throughout the 90 minutes, and again you see in the third minute it was a lead, and now they are keeping it for 81 minutes. So you feel the next goal now is about, if Jamcity scores it, then that will be a nerve settler. But so long as it's 1-0, like I said, you feel that one opportunity, that very last opportunity, is going to come for Dizayus. So right now it's very difficult, I mean, to watch, depending on where you are and where you are supporting this.
Thank you very much. And from the background, you could hear claps coming from the Jamcity supporters. And on the far end is the supporters of Dizayus. Now Dizayus on the attack around this edge of the 18, looking for penetration. Cross comes in, an awful one. And Jamcity wouldn't be in any hurry as the score is currently in their favor. If you are watching this game from Jamcity, I know the supporters of Jamcity are definitely loving what they are currently seeing. And those currently watching us live from Brufut are anxiously waiting for a response coming from their team Dizayus, who trailed by a goal to nil against the Jamcity side at the Boxbar Mini Stadium. Parlamin Fati, Kemo Kanye, Lamin Jara, and the rest of the team, and Osman Kamara behind camera operations. LSTV1 from the Boxbar. Mohamed Lamin Marong has been bundled of the ball, and central referee said nothing to it. And Ansumana Koli is the referee. Mustafa Jase is one of the assistants. Bakari Toure and Mod Lamin Kejata, the fourth assistant referee. Jamcity will use the moment to wind down the clock. One of those players being injected in the second period. To Ali Cisse, the goal scorer. Ali will use the moment to wind down the clock. The score is currently on them around the center circle, looking for penetrations, and just a player just coming from behind to nick the ball off the feet of the player. And it, of course, getting more and more interesting in the final moments. And we have already played 81 minutes on the clock, unofficial, as the central referee has the official time. Now Dizayus, Jamcity, Ali Cisse, looking for penetration, trying to connect the run of Matar Job, who has been introduced in the second period. And Matar could not connect to that, and already Etienne has been bundled up. And central referee has already given an opportunity to Dizayus, who will now rely on Ibrahima Baji, one of the central defenders. Baji licks it forward. Baji headed out by Matar Job. Now Mohamed Lamin Marong spreading it wide to Matar Job, who just came on as a substitute, trying to reconnect the run of Mohamed Lamin Marong. And Mohamed Lamin Marong trying to dribble past his marker, but unfortunately that was too strong. That would have been an opportunity for Jamcity to double the advantage, but unfortunately dispossessed Mohamed Lamin Marong.
Yes, very well. They continue to search for a double here, and then with that, they as well continue to defend their lead into the game here. So this is what they need to do. And as much as they are defending, they will also move forward in trying to open up space for themselves and then add up their advantage as the game proceeds. But while their opponents, they have been also putting up so much energy into the game here, Dizayus side, and then we have seen that both the Jamcity defense line has been very, very disciplined in relation to those pressures that they were receiving from their opponents. These are used into the game, especially in the past, one would say 5, 10 or 15 minutes ago. So it has been a difficult game for both sides, especially for the leaders who are currently leading the game here, Jamcity, knowing that their opponents are on their feet in trying to make it so that they get themselves at least a goal into the game here for them to at least push the game to the post-match shootout or making their way or trying to making their way to the success here. And then, but as of now, Jamcity, they have been very, very disciplined at the back, no understanding that their opponents are pressurizing them a lot into the game. So this is what they are currently doing here, and then you can see the pressure is still on them, Jamcity, as Dizayus have won a foul midway inside their inside the Jamcity's half, and then they have quickly played the ball. So let's see what they will be able to do here. But Dizayus, to be fair enough, are the better team in the second half here. So let's see. Now it is Matar Job who has now received the ball from Lamin Marong in the far end. So he's a very, very tricky player. So let's see what he'll be able to do here, Pa.
Thank you very much, Kemo Kanye. That was a great opportunity for Jamcity, but Mohamed Lamin Marong could not connect to that. I think Matar Job has been working or doing a lot of work in the heart of or in the other end of the attack for Jamcity, and the shot stopper arriving. Time running out for Dizayus. We have already played 84 minutes in the second half or in this contest, and Jamcity just need 6 minutes of normal time and what is expected to be added on to defend this 1-0 advantage, and they will be crowned champions and champions of West Coast region, and they will advance to the playoffs or the promotional playoffs, and will have just a game away from reaching or rejoining the second division after the team's relegation in 2023. Now the chance for Mohamed Jata, getting that ball shot to Ali Cisse, the goal scorer. Ali driving forward solo, looking for penetration, cross comes in into the gloves of the goalkeeper, Mohamed Lamin Fai. Mohamed Lamin Fai, the shot stopper for Dizayus. And now the chance, Etienne Jata lays that ball forward. He should have done better, Etienne. Etienne should have done better, and another substitution, double substitution for Jamcity. Jamcity will use the moment to wind down the clock. The score is currently in their favor, leading by a goal to nil, courtesy of Ali Cisse. And Ali scored the earliest of goals in this contest to give the advantage to the boys dressed in yellow shirts, black shorts and red socks. Now the second half substitute, Matar Job, who has been working tirelessly on the right side of the attack for the Jamcity side from an offside position. And Mohamed Lamin Marong thought he was from an offside position. Unfortunately, he lost it. And of course, under 4 minutes of normal time, Lamin Jara, and what is expected to be added on for Jamcity to hold on to this slender advantage, and what is expected to be added on, they will be crowned champions if the Dizayus didn't have the chance of getting the equalizer.
Yeah, if they are to win it by a goal to nil, that's not the end of the world. And of course, there is no shame, in winning a final by a goal to nil. It means you've done something very, very special. And yes, Jamcity to me have been very special from the onset. But of course, there was another good shot. It's like, you feel Dizayus aren't done yet, and they will keep on coming. They have to come all out because they are losing this by a goal to nil. But like I said, when you lose a final by a goal to nil, it's always very, very painful. And when you win it by a goal to nil, especially scoring in the 3rd minute, then that shows that defensively you have been disciplined. Defensively you have been resolute and you have been rocky behind. We saw the last big tackle, body on the line, and I was saying that was like, a title winning, safe, if you like. And yeah, you have to go all the way back. It has not been the first time that it's going to happen. You have to go all the way back to 2023 when Sanjonding won it by a goal to nil. So if Sanjonding can go 2023 and won it by a goal to nil, and then come today, we are seeing Jam City winning it by a goal to nil, then that tells you that games are won by a goal to nil, finals are won by a goal to nil, and all what is important is you want to go to that to the triangle. You want to go to the second division, and remember, already these two teams are in pressure because each of the last two winners of the West Coast, third division, has just gone and never came back. Pa.
Thank you very much. And that was, of course, a result of a protest. I think they believe Ali Cisse shouldn't have been substituted. And into the final moments of this contest. And the head coach is now bringing defensive-minded players. Defensive-minded players being introduced by Jam City, hoping to seal this with a narrow win. Could they do that? Now remains to be seen. Dizayus continue to pile pressure in search at the Boxbar Mini Stadium in Brikama. Any moment from now, we're going to have the additional minutes. 4 minutes is going to be added on. 4 minutes will be added on. 4 minutes to be added on any moment from now. Jam City getting closer. Jam City edging closer, closer and closer. Could this be a moment? Now the chance for Jam City once again. Spreads that ball on the far end, looking for penetration. And that was a fantastic defending. And he's definitely going to put the goalkeeper on pressure. And the goalkeeper alert enough to control that ball decently. And is that going to be 5 minutes? Seemingly 5 minutes. 5 minutes to be added on. And that seems to be a push. But central referee never given. Cross comes in, partly palmed away by the shot stopper. And Jam City will surely use the moment to drive forward. Looking for penetrations. HN has narrowly lost that. 5 minutes add-on.
It is still Jam City 1, Dizayus 0.
5 solid minutes added on. It's edging closer. Jam City under 5 minutes of additional time. If they are able to hold on, Jara, they will be crowned champions. And of course, Dizayus can also remarkably overturn this game if they are able to get a goal.
This plays and drama, and I will keep on saying this because I have watched football at the box bar now for the best part of 17 years now. I have seen it all. I have just seen it all on this ground, and like I said, Jam City now, all they need to do is to have everybody behind the ball, and that's what they are doing. It's like they look very tired. They just want the referee to blow for the final whistle because as this game goes on, they are getting so closer. But again, so long as the final whistle is not blown, there is no winner. And now they're just doing what they need to do. Have 10 people behind the ball and one striker up front chasing. If he gets it, fine. If he doesn't get it, fine. And for Dizayus, they have to go on. They have to throw everything. Launch every ball they have inside the penalty area, at least for a scramble to see a chance. And now they have an opportunity to cross path. fight, beating every opponent that they faced. And they ended the campaign with 18 points. Champions by far. Last year, they were champions. And this year again, they are champions. And we are about to witness a moment of female football coronation for the second year running club. And that is Scan 8 female team. And you can see them out there in royal blue armless, and they will be hoisting that trophy shortly. And after that, white start, red socks, and bloodshot Jamcity champions 2026 in the male category will also be coronated. It has just been one of the greatest seasons in West Coast history. It has been competition from the first match day to the very last day of this absorbing season. We want to invite the dignitaries on the podium. We call on the chairman of the Brikama Area Council, Mr. Rebu Yankuba Dabo, the president of the North Bank Football, of course, Regional Football Association, Mr. Ibrahim Assise, Mustafa Jallo, president of the KM, and of course Usman Drame, the national team manager. Usman Drame. The two club presidents, Jamcity, that is Sana Jane, and of course Mr. Kalamo Sajo, president of Dizayus Football Club. They are invited to the podium coronation. The president of Scan 8 as well. And Amadou Diete, we forgot arms. Amadou Diete, yes. LS, one-time presidential candidate. And Chairman, you're most welcome. One more time. He always answers when the RFA. We start with the 6-man final. The referees.
Sorry.
And then we have Star 8 who won their league in style. They only one goal all season. Fantastic. Ali, 18 points from 18, no point drop. Considered only one. Of course, they are in the league of their own. And now we have the dignitaries on the
Thank you, Jara. And of course, you can tell all the stories about the third division. Of course, as today is the key day. And of course, I think that's a story.
Amadou.
Thank you, Pepper Arms. Thank you very much.
We are going to start with the female champions, and that is Span A. Last year they won in the playoff. They were unfortunate. They could not make it to the second division. They came back and tried. Fought. And now they started the season as champions and they are still winners.
Gerard, they are called the club presidents. They are the one remaining, please. All the club presidents, please, you are there.
The three club presidents. Of course, Mr. Kadamo Sajo for Dizayus, Sana Johnny for Jamcity. You are needed at the podium. The president of the RFA, Mr. Bakari Bojang, is there, and his fellow presidents in the North Bank, KM, and of course, the Honorable Chairman of the Pitama Area Council. Like I said, he always answers anytime the West Coast Region Football Association calls. Karamo Sajo is in there, the president of the Stan 8 Club is in there. I'm not sure Jane is in there. Chairman, Honorable Yankuba Dabo, Pitama Area Council will be giving the singular honor to do the presentation of the female coronation. Bishop,
But you are too far. What's the problem?
now if I go, let me just in here.
There's a restriction for you. Okay, you start there. Thank you.
Big Sam, there is the coronation going on. And remember, like I said, West Coast, the West Coast for a reason. It's one of the regions where we have the female third division league. They started this season as champions, and they were very unlucky in the playoffs to earn promotion in the National League. They came back. And when they came back, the rest of the clubs knew that our champions are back. Like heavyweight champions this time.
Thank you so much. What a wonderful day. And what a great day. Podium.
More baby dalo like
And of course, I've seen Ibrahim Al-Sisi from all over NBR, Joe is also around, Awado, and all the very wonderful. And of course, all going on to the man that is Minister Honorable Yankuba Dabo of the Pitama Area Council Chairman. Thank you so much, Chairman, for coming. And all the time for answering to the call, which is very important. Of course, they told their way back, and I think Jara Akim, Jamcity, were relegated last year from the second division. Now they closed their way back. Well, I think you can tell us a little bit story about that, Jara.
Yeah, we'll come to that and all the history surrounding Jamcity. But for now, it's league winners and still the champions stand winners in 2025 and of course champions in 2026, and they will hope they will hope that this time when they go to the playoffs, they never come back. This is a region that in each of the last 2 seasons, the winners in the male category or the winners of the male league has gone on and never came back. It was Balosar in 2023, if I am right, or in 2024.
All right, they give it to this guy $60,000.
Wow.
Mr. Bakchek to Scania to the captain.
$60,000.
$60,000.
And a giant trophy, as they always say.
As always,
Every trophy is giant.
well, it is big,
Yeah, and last year, second house again on the podium this time.
So maybe I will party. I know it's not a happy man, but it will be like
There is always a difference, so we are right. Yeah, last year we were congratulations, Stanley. Big sound, they just have been fantastic. Listen again, listen to yourself. You wouldn't probably hear yourself understand this. 6 games played, 6 games won, 18 available points, 18 points collected, 1 goal conceded in a league of their own.
Oh, that is wonderful. Well, I think those are money that we only come to know. So I think Sunday we got everything to celebrate. And of course, next the officials.
The man in black. Next is the man in black.
The man in black.
Yeah.
Congratulations for a wonderful game today.
And Big Sam, just when they came in, Mr. Job was like, 6 referees. What is going on? And welcome to 2026 and welcome to West Coast.
Thank you very much.
That was the answer.
Yeah, of course, yeah. 6 is what we have, and that's exactly.
They gave us a very good game. Of course, I won't throw flowers at them. I don't like going out and praising referees. That's their job. You must do your job without making mistakes. You've got to be perfect all your life. Even though human beings are fallible beings, but for referees there is no margin for mistakes.
So thank you very much, men in black, for wonderful officiating of the game today. Thank you so much. Next, you will video.
There is some photography going on there.
Okay. We're going to do the signal from Ajimai.
And now we are going. Now we are down to the male. Now we want to call on the runners-up who have done very well, but the presentation is going to be done by Mr. Ibrahim Asise, RFL President, all the way from MPR. Now we want to have Jamcity to do a card of honor. Mr. Joe will always say, I will take this. You give me this up. Mr. Joe has a problem with you giving a card of honor to the winners. You cannot beat me and I clap for you. But again, hey, we have gone beyond that.
That is it.
Dizayus have just been magnificent all season.
Yeah.
To reach here, you have to do something very, very special. And from the other end, it's Canadians who are still celebrating.
Why not they have to and they will celebrate.
We hope if they go to the playoffs for the National League, they never come back. Go and don't come back, please. Don't come back to our league. Do like Balosar 2 years ago. Do like Simanon a year ago.
All right?
Don't come back.
Don't come back. Israel is going to runners-up Dizayus, all the way from Pufut. Like I said, this year the competition has just been absolutely tense from the first week or from the first match day right down to the very last kick of the ball. Dizayus have been ever present. They finished fourth in the league phase with 17 points. To reach here, you have to do something that no other team has done except the winners. That's right. In the playoffs, Big Sam, they saw off neighbors together in a nail-biting game. I was here on that day in the sunshine. And as if that was never enough, they came back and won again. And just to show everybody that they are a force to reckon with, top of the table, Kukuja friends, were their next opponents in the semi-final. And somehow, they won and set up a grand finale against Jamcity. It was always going to be a tough game. And when you lose a game by a goal to nil, when you concede early in the 3rd minute, that alone has shown that you have given a very good fight. Can we put our hands together for Dizayus? Runners up 2026. Their moment will come. Dizayus is a big thing for sure. Obviously. One day they will put hands on silverware. And the signs are there. I can tell you, if there is consistency, it's Dizayus. Some 3 seasons ago, they were on top of their table until the last 3 games. Somehow, they fell short. Last year, they were in the playoff position until the penultimate game. They went to Kukujang and lost by a goal to nil against Kukujang friends. And that wasn't enough to take them to the semi-final. And a year later, they are here in this final. And they just did not lose it, they were just unlucky because they lost it by a goal to nil. So, Big Sam, you look at the trend, it's telling you there is progress. Obviously, and you feel they will come. For sure, they are a big team. They should just keep their heads high and of course keep the flavor more fire, and of course at the end of the day it will be the collectiveness, the skills, the resilience, and of course at the end of the day they will one day be on top of the podium as #1 Ishan. Yeah, they are there this year, and of course they will be settling for the consolation prize. Some of them are still in tears, they cannot believe it. But overall, it has been a magnificent season for Dizayus. Thank you very much. Pufut, Kim. Yeah, Big Sam, when Pufut comes to the box bar and Pufut wins, that's a story all by itself. Yeah. I don't know what happened today. I'm going on with it. The guy is going to score 4 minutes to get the box bar. That's what we do. Maybe like well, the president is pointing his fingers at me. But I'm just asking. And there is a check, Bishop. There is a check. There is a check of. Wow, there is a check of $80,000. Can we put our hands together one more time?
Sorry.
A check of $80,000 for 2026 runners up. Dizayus. Thank you so much, congratulations. And now, Big Sam, and now. You promised to tell us a little story about Jamcity before we go. Yeah. This is a club, they are still celebrating. The mic is yours for the pop a little bit on Big Sam. This is a club that went down from 2 seasons ago. And they are still celebrating. Yes, they are. They just want to go back. Feel that's where they belong. Like I said, this is a team that relegated some 2 seasons ago. I can remember during the season, some fans on the stands or at the stands or in the stands, call it whatever you will, would throw stones at them, say, you didn't try, that's why you got relegated. But of course, that's a story for another day. Today they've shown everybody in West Coast what they are all about. Last year when they came in, they fought very hard. They were celebrating when their game ended at Jalambak against Dreamers because they won that game and they were going through to the semi-finals. But there was drama coming all the way from Sanya. In the 98th minute was Jamcity who were going to the semi-finals last year. And here we are! But of course, late on in borrowed time, Gambino scored and that took Gambinos to second and Jamcity were out of the playoffs. That was painful to take Big Sam. But yes, it's always painful when you lose a spot at the nick of time, just with the last kick of the game. But that didn't deter them. It did not disturb them. It only made them better. They came back, they fought, they won games, they defended resolutely, and of course, they are now rewarded with a prize to try their luck to go back to the second division where their team they belong. Obviously, they finished 4th Big Sam just like Dizayus. Okay, they finished 4th in the group of death. That's where you have all the juggernauts. That's where you have all the heavyweights. When the draws were made, you probably think that even themselves would have never given themselves a chance to make it through to that group. How they defied odds. And then they finished 4th, which was enough to get them a place in the playoffs. Came to the box bar against a very difficult Biro side. Emphatically, they won by 3 goals to 1. In 45 minutes, they were 3-0 up. Just on Friday, just on Friday, I was at Faraba at the Memphis Memorial. They were a goal down inside 15 minutes, Jamcity. And they plowed their way back and turned the game on its head. And when you come to a final, yes, there is a check, Big Sam. Yes, the check is $100,000. Jamcity are the winners 2026. They are $100,000 in reach. 100,000. And the president of the RFA alongside from the chairman of handing over, of course, both the trophy and the check, and thereby, of course, the President, Mr. Bakari, thank you so much. It's been a very wonderful one, and here they are. And now it's 2026. And there is the team Look, when you put the best team in the land, I am always saying this everywhere. To me, I think I'm from the super line. Bro, yes. I have to make this season. I know this one. It's over to you. Thank you so much, DJ. Hey! We hope they don't come out. In each of the last 2 seasons, champions this region have not come back. So we hope they don't come back. And let them not come back. And never come back. Please, Jamcity and everybody in Jamcity, you can hear me loud and clear. And stand there. Go out, don't come back.